What is going on, guys? Back with another video. So we've had a lot of crazy things happen over the past few days. Musk and Trump beefing, and again the market had a very big shakeout in response to what was going on. Since then we have seen a little bit of a recovery, in terms of Bitcoin, altcoins, Ethereum. But in the short term, guys, there is still a lot of uncertainty in the markets, just a lot of crazy things going on. We do have, again, back and forth with China in terms of talks for deals. There's just nothing really concrete at this current stage. But in the background, we've got massive players who are scooping up Ethereum like never before, right? You've got BlackRock here who have been buying Ethereum for the past 9 days. And again, this is just what you need to understand, guys, right? Everyone was saying Ethereum's dead, it's finished. And in the background, you need to pay attention what these big players are doing, right? So what should you be doing at this stage, guys? As I've said before, shut out all of the noise, focus on your conviction plays, on narratives that are going to perform well. Today, I'm going to cover 4 tiny microcap RWA projects, which I think have potential, right? Because when you have a look at RWA, guys, this is one of the narratives which I think is still massively, massively undervalued. There's a lot of good options when it comes to the smaller projects in this space, which have very good products and which are getting a lot of hype and adoption, guys. So anyway, let's get straight into it. The first one, which I think is a very good buy right now, is Propbase. This is only $11 million in market cap, very undervalued. And again, if you want something which can give you exposure to real estate, and again, very, very high quality real estate in the form of some huge brands, the likes of Wyndham, Ramada Plaza, Hilton, some big names that, basically you can invest into and gain some passive income. Propbase is a solid choice, right? So you can see here, invest as little as $100 and gain access to high quality real estate, which is basically managed through, professional people. And on top of that, guys, another thing I like about Propbase, it is on Aptos again, which I think is a promising chain, but it also is on Base as well, which is really good to see. And what I like about this, guys, is it's very simple in terms of what you need to do. Make an account and you can basically stake into various different pools and you can get exposure to different property listings. So on top of that, guys, they've had this sort of revamp of the website, a very good looking website. The team's fully doxed. And the other thing I like about it as well is it's very clear in terms of, the tokenomics, in terms of the unlocks. A lot of the time, there's a lot of confusion. People are confused when the unlocks are going to happen. This is very, very transparent. And on top of that, the token has a solid use case in terms of the utility. So for me, this is one that I'm continuing to DCA into, especially at these prices. Very good, very solid RWA project, good trading volume as well. And, I do believe they have more plans for some additional listings, but the listings are pretty good as of, right now. On top of that, very good community, very active, and consistently updating the community in terms of new properties, etc. So as I've said, guys, this is a solid choice for a microcap RWA project. The second one is another very strong project in the form of Bricken. Now this one has been on a little bit of a rally, so again, this is one which has shown a lot of strength in terms of the price action. Currently 21 million in market cap. And again, what I like about this, guys, is it has a huge, huge use case. Businesses, companies who want to tokenize their assets within different industries, different narratives, within real estate, whether it's different financial instruments, entertainment. So again, a lot of use case for, different companies, businesses. And on top of that as well, basically they fully integrate KYC, AML into the different sort of tokenization process. They're compliant as well, which is also a very important factor. And again, some of the partners, that they sort of partnered with, the likes of Chainlink, BNB, some of the big backers as well. And on top of that, this is insane as well. Around 34 million in TVL across 16 different countries. So you can see this is getting a lot of use. And again, as I've said, very diverse in terms of the industries that this can, provide for: real estate, different startups, entertainment, venture capital, finance, franchising. So again, I think a very, very promising project, which I do expect to continue to perform well. You can see here, for example, in real estate, tokenized real estate assets to allow fractional ownership. And then you've got, within, for example, financial instruments, again, to tokenize them, Also, within the likes of Web3, you can make your own token basically to get stakeholders on board. And then, you've got the likes of the entertainment industry as well, where you can basically monetize intellectual property. So, as I've said, a wide use case for such a solid project. Again, another interesting thing with Bricken, they have a lot of these sort of accreditations, or they've got these partnerships, for example, with, I believe, something to do with the Spanish government also here. So again, it just gives a bit of confidence to the investor. And apart from that, again, as I've said, team is fully doxed, and again, the team are very strong. And another thing I like about it as well, this has a good aspect of marketing behind it as well. A lot of influencers are covering this, and again, that is just how you can continue to grow this project, right? So I think this is another very attractive project, very solid token utility as well. Again, you need the token, so again, there is demand for the BKN token. Around 21 million in market cap. As I've said, it is on a bit of a rally, but it is still around 80% down from all-time high. So again, if you're looking for another solid low cap, micro cap RWA project, Bricken is a good option. The third one, guys, is PropChain. Now, this one has seen a little bit of FUD, but I do believe they are upgrading the website and they are basically going to improve the overall project. So, as you can see here, you can see that the new website for PropChain will be coming, and they've sort of updated this, upgraded it in terms of more integrations for the token. And the thing I really like about PropChain, about prop.com, is some of the high quality properties they offer on the platform. And again, some of the backers behind this as well, some of the partners you can see here, compliant within the EU. Also, some of the partners, auditing firms like EY, you've got Barclays, Citibank. So again, very high quality platform. And again, the team have a lot of experience. And again, you can see some of the things they're working in here, Prop Capital, to basically work with different acquisitions, prop management, and of course PropChain. So again, guys, this is another one which I do have conviction in, and I am looking forward to see the updated website in regards to PropChain, and a lot more things are coming with this as well. And as you can see here as well, guys, when it comes to the token, in terms of how they plan to integrate the Propsy token into the platform, they do have a strong emphasis on this token. So you can tell that this is going to be an important factor of the project, which is why I still have conviction in this. And also on top of that as well, they've got around nearly $9 million in terms of TVL, again, which is important. You want to see just how many assets they have available. And again, as I've said, guys, this is a real product which offers some high quality properties, luxury properties across the world. And as I've said, guys, this is not you have a lot of conviction in, and I do expect this to perform well. Again, a very good community behind this as well, very active, and I just think we just need to see the updated website come through, and again, a lot more sort of hype and attraction will come back into this project. In terms of marketing, maybe they could look to get some more influencers on board. That would definitely be a good point. But as I've said, if you're looking for another solid RWA project within real estate, I think this is a good option. A very strong project, and I do think it will have a big comeback. The final one for today is getting into the vehicle industry, crypto autos at $6 million in market cap. This is very, very undervalued in my opinion. And again, guys, what I like about this is, they partner with a lot of different dealerships across the world to basically offer different vehicles which you can buy in various different cryptos, including their native token, the Autos token. And again, you can see, this is a massive industry, $4.1 trillion industry. And again, what I like about this as well, a real use case in terms of what this can achieve. And again, there is that token utility in place. And then what I like about it as well, they do have a good looking roadmap for the rest of 2025, where they basically plan to integrate some AI agents into the narrative as well. And then on top of that, guys, the marketing with this project is also very strong, followed by the likes of Alex Becker. And again, there's going to be more and more influencers who are going to cover this. And again, guys, I think this does have a lot of potential. Of course, high risk. Of course, guys, these are all micro caps, low caps, which have a lot of upside, but they do of course come with the higher risk, which again I don't need to remind you guys with. So anyway, guys, those are 4 micro cap RWA projects which I do think have a lot of potential. When the market flips, these can absolutely explode, but as I've said, they do come with those risks as well. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon for the next video.